Greetings, I'm Devane and welcome back to Let's Play Avernum. Now, if you remember last time, we explored Bormello, we went south, picked up some sugar, and I made some major gaffes for science. Okay, I forgot that I dropped some curse sandals on the floor and picked them up and put one without looking, and it cost me almost 400 gold, but, yeah. We'll do that now actually. Okay. We don't want these back. This item will be gone forever. Yes, goodbye. I'll be making that mistake again. But then we decided to leave and we're going to head up north. Okay. Yep, we found the sugar, we went back. In the end, we bought it for 150 gold after selling it a lot cheaper. So if you're going to do that quest, it's worth keeping the sugar on you. But of course, if you don't know, and then that's pretty much. But we still made 50 from it. And then that helped spend all what we had left on getting rid of the cursed sandal. So, yeah. Swings and roundabouts. We will continue here. Moving forward to the caves to the north. Now, we will follow the road for now. You encounter a group of Avernum soldiers, patrolling these caverns for dangerous intruders. They nod at you briskly and move quickly by. They aren't the least bit interested in talking with you. Okay. Sticking to the road is a pretty good way of finding out where you're supposed to go. I mean, if we look at this, we've got a sign. We read the sign. Fort Draco is 30 miles west, and that's pretty much where the road is going to go to. Whereas the Cave of Motrax is to the east somewhere, so it means it's off the beaten track. But we will now, having established the edges of the road, we'll pretty much explore and see what we can see from these caverns. I mean, it's quite useful here that the map is split into segments, the auto map, but in the remake, it is actually just one large map, so more open worldy, and you are less able to divide it into areas to explore. Not sure if that's a good or bad thing. I mean, probably doing that in due course. There's a cave with a spring down here. Okay. And right now I think this is, if I recall correctly, the top northeast corner of the Avernum game map. So, tiny scraps of armour and bits of metal provide evidence there was once a heavy battle here. The cave has an eerie feeling to it. You feel like you aren't alone in here, like someone is watching you. It's interesting. Look at. You find a large heap of refuse left over from the battle. You pick through the scraps and rusty metal, but everything has been scattered and heavily picked through. You find nothing of value. Of course, this is a large cavern. You may find something useful here, and you just don't know where to find it. Okay, this is worth remembering then, because it may, basically, if there is something there, you may need something to discover where it is. So, I've only played the first few. I think I've actually managed to get up to Fort Dragon and explore the area beyond it, but that's about it for me. I don't have a great record for finishing games, which is kind of why I'm enjoying Let's Playing, because it's giving me an incentive to finish games. and plus that means I get to experience them mostly blind. I know enough of the basics to get off to a good start, but the rest of it, well, that's just a matter of learning like everybody else does, really. We've got, what's that in there? We've got something in there worth looking at. And that's going to tell us what that is. I don't know what that is. Might come back to there. Gathering. Right. Cave of Motrax. Polite guests only, please. This is the Cave of Motrax. The sign says, so that's where we will go. Not yet. Let's look and see what this is. This Cave of Motrax, just to the south. Exploring caves is the fun part. Okay, we've got, what's this? This is, it goes up there. It's a bit of a spiral, goes up. You enter this remote cavern and are enveloped in thick clouds of steam. It's hard to see in here, but you manage to make out several natural hot springs here. You check the water, it's actually a comfortable temperature. A long hot soak later, you are fully clean and refreshed. These springs are wonderful. Some enterprising Avernite should open the spark here. Now, I don't know if you remember back, but Gary from Silver asked us to find a hot spring. That is the hot spring they're talking about. So we have completed that quest. We can go back and report it when we want to, of course. I mean, which we may well do before entering the cave with Motrax. So, because we could do with making something out of it. We've pretty much explored most of this map now. Don't know what's in here. This is outside the crypt. Let's talk to these people. Talking to Ghoulie. A middle-aged man with a scratchy beard and battered arm sits by a fire warming himself. He has a holy symbol and a dented mace. What are you guys doing here? He grunts. I and Yolmi are adventurers. We're trying to get into the crypt. Greetings, fellow adventurer. Why do you travel on the paths of danger? Well, I have to do something. I wasn't like this on the surface. I was a monk and a sage. But then I did something which angered my superiors. What were your superiors like? Positively awful men. Never understood the need for perfect grammar on the scrolls. The records were for posterity. Is it too much to ask that some effort be spent on making them correct? He frowned. Would seem so. It was too much trouble for them. I criticised their handling of the scrolls one too many times, and here I am. Okay. Are you sure this is a crypt? That's definitely what it is. I can sense the torment and the souls beyond. We hope to liberate them from their holy bondage and pick up a treasure or two in the bargain. Do you know how to open the door? I haven't a clue. We've been here for some time, trying to solve this dreadful quandary. Okay. Let's talk to it. You meet a small woman with close-cropped hair. She seems to be mixing up some poison. Hi there, what are you making? Something nasty. I am getting ready to enter the crypt. It'll be a tough haul, nasty and dangerous. She sighs, but better than the alternative. Can the alternative really be worse? Well, yes, I could be on the surface. I went into Avernum voluntarily. I may be the only one. Let's just say there was a marriage I wasn't interested in being part of. She looks at the substance. She's grinding carefully, then she smells. It's hard to get quality ingredients. What sort of ingredients do you use? I've had the best luck with the poison glands of asps. Asps are hard to find, but their fangs make powerful poison, if you can find a recipe. I'd teach you mine, but well, I don't want to. Sorry. She smiles grimly. Still, there are better things. What I could really use are some good arrows. What sort of arrows? Arrows of light and arrows of life would be really useful in here. The first slays demons. The latter slays undead. Both are as rare as hell. Oh well. Have to do things the old-fashioned way. Tell me about the crypt. The main problem now is figuring out how to get in. Spells and lockpicks haven't worked on the door yet, but we'll keep at it. There must be some way to open the door. So, yeah. We have a nice, lovely little crypt. There is a door in the middle of this wall. The door is a flat, featureless, rectangular slab of stone. There is no handle or latch and no markings indicating who built the structure. You try briefly to get the door open, but you don't have any luck. It's too heavy for you to force it, and there's no way to open it. So we have basically this, and it's a door into the side of a wall of a crypt that we don't know how to open. So okay. What I will do is I will. There we go. Just for the ultimate. It's not much, but it does. Basically, that's a. Well, like I said, that's a crypt, as it says, and if I remember from vaguely, I believe. Well, we'll find out how to open that later, or hopefully we will, because I think that is time dependent. When you notice it was Frost 20 1817, and I believe, although not really, it's semi-open world in that some things are time dependent, and although you don't have to eat or drink or anything, you could essentially, we've seen this before, group of Avernum troops, basically you could loiter around here for a while, and it's not quite the likes of Daggerfall or Morrowind or Oblivion or even Skyrim, where you could spend every day for goodness knows how long just living in the world. And they were really good open world RPGs, they were. Still are. And I think the Elder Scrolls 6 has been announced, which is set in the Elven Isle of Sunset, I believe. So that looks pretty interesting, if I can get a computer good enough to deal with it. Gary! Hey, I found a hot spring. Excellent, thank you for your help. In return for your services, here is 100 gold. He pays you and treats you to a round of mushroom beer as well. Hopefully one day I will have a resort there, providing expensive services to all Avernites. There we go, some more experience for us. Not quite leveled up yet. We need... I mean, Melissa is fairly close because she gets experience from picking locks, which is why I like picking locks, even if I don't, and disarming traps, even if I don't actually bother what's in them. Because, oh, let's have a look. Release. These are goblins. Right. Ice lances. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that's what ice lances are like. We could, well, pretty much. We'll have those. Think that we'll just stop off in Fort Governor on the way back and pick them up. Oh, hostile monsters. Well to deal with. So, I mean, we got you, we'll have okay, so yeah, just make sure there aren't any more in the area. Yay! 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 See, I mean, see how quickly and easily the ice lances make up. Goes to our favourite smithy in Fort Governor and sell our lots. Why? I need to pick up some more lockpicks while we're here. So we'll probably do that. We got well, we've got plenty of rounds. Don't know how many we've got in there, to be honest. 4. Okay. Buy some farming supplies. There we go, we've got some more lockpicks, that should do. Right, we'll grab some more just to keep them going. Let's buy some missiles. Okay, so I don't want to buy some missiles then. Would love to, but I've got on carrying enough, so we won't bother. We're just doing some quick shopping. Grab. That's all done. Run back to Formello. Formello. And probably we'll skip Formello for now. You notice there's some. The cave to the battleground is off on its own. So if you hadn't headed off that way, you wouldn't have seen it. This way. We'll go and start exploring the cavern of Motrax. Then we've got another list which says Cave of Motrax. Report to barracks before entering. Do not unnecessarily disturb the dragon. Okay. This will help in our exploration. So we've got some idea of how big the thing is. There's a window in there. Let's have a look at Let's have a look in here. We have some mushrooms, that's what we do for. Got too much food. Okay. I ain't going to carry anyone. Let's see who we can talk to. Neither of them, they're not interested. I think this is the back. Looks like this is the back door to the barracks. Yep, that's the back door to the barracks. Talk to them. Now it goes to you. Talking to Co. You see a skinny man in nice steel armour. Walking around, taking care of business at the fort. He's almost manic. He can't seem to slow down. Is this where I need to report before entering further? Yep, I greet visitors to the cave. I also guard things I need to be guarded. Do you like all this guarding? He straightens up. It's a dull job. With Motrax around, only a fool would cause trouble. I mainly greet people and take care of my cats. You have cats here? Where are they? Sure, they go with me wherever I'm stationed. Delta and Epsilon are their names. They should be in the cave. Motrax loves them. Delta and Epsilon? Aren't those strange names? I got them from Motrax. I heard him mumbling something about something, and it involved a lot of weird letters and the words Delta and Epsilon. And I like them, so I named my cats after it. Makes sense, huh? Can you help me with something else? I am if it's. He goes to into his prepared greeting speech. quivering with happiness. All visitors are welcomed in the cave of Motrax, to greet the Ancient One, to teach and learn. The rules are simply, stay on the rock path and behave. What rock path? Oh well, we cleaned it up a lot. I guess there's no path there anymore. Well, just only walk between here and the lair of the dragon. Don't take any side passages or you'll end up really regretting it. Remember that. Directly here to the dragon and directly back, or it's not safe. Why should we stay on the path? When visiting Motrax, go north through the main cave. It'll be in the second cave in. He throws trash into the tunnels to the west and lives in the tunnels to the east. I recommend against going into his home. He probably wouldn't like it. And he has some nasty fire lizard pets who live off his trash. They're quite nasty. Yes, indeed they are. And there's so many of them. You could go in and explore and get some goods, but you are likely to die before getting much in. Maybe with ice lances we might be able to help, but I've never had much success, even if I've done the take of loading, reloading, and picking a few off at a time, because they have a lair and there are quite a few of them in said lair. So rushing in and killing them with a low level party simply doesn't seem to be an option here. Okay. So take a look in the desk. Yeah, just some scribbling stuff. Check, there was nothing in said chest. We now get a load of barracks. What a load of barracks. These arrows, iron bolts. Dice, load of dice. Ba-da. Some coins and some pants. See. And we step out of here. So yeah, barracks, there's the cave. You walk back to the sign you just passed and look at it again. Your eyes didn't deceive you. It said what you thought it said. A dragon lives here. A dragon named Motrax. Before you came to Avernum, you didn't think any dragons still existed in the world. The Empire tried hard to slaughter them all, just like they've wiped out every other magical creature on the surface, everything from gremlins to griffins. When you realised that dragons still existed, though, you had a strange feeling, a mixture of fear and elation. True, dragons could be sinister, deadly, are various creatures seldom to be trusted, yet you could not help that the world was poorer without them. Yeah, guest quarters. The sign was obviously to the obelisk. Let's see what we've got here. These are guest quarters. Let's see if we can talk to Leith. You see a tall, thin man with a long beard. He is old and frail, but you can feel great power coming from him. What occupies your time here? I grow old, and I learn from the dragon. Do you know the dragon well? We understand each other, though when he had reached my age, he was still an infant. I still find that we think surprisingly alike, and one day he will warn me. Will he really mourn your passing? He nods some. Yes, it is something. It gives my spirit great comfort to know that it will be mourned by something so ancient. Okay, do you know anything about magical flying sphere? There. Sphere? Oh, you must mean Franley's orb. It was brought down here by the first visitors long ago. Years I spent trying to find it, knowing the gift of flight might help me escape, but I never did, and eventually gave up. I never could find it. I did find out that Frowny met his end while navigating the water maze. Tell me about this maze. It is a bizarre mess of waterfalls to the west of the Slifzerikai lands. Very dangerous and difficult to explore. I read an account that he went in hoping to use the orb to save himself from disaster and never came out again. To get there, take a boat to Fort Dranlon and sail west. Then keep sailing west, far past the Slif fortresses. Thank you. So, just good witch Marion. You meet a woman in long sparkling robes. Her robes are made of the normal rough Avernum cloth, but silver threads woven through it make the garment glitter in the dim light of Avernum. She displays a constant smile and seemingly boundless energy. Have you been in these caves long? I have been here for a year now, conversing with, teaching and learning from Motrax. What do you know of Motrax? He is an ancient dragon of the cave. He knows so much of all the Avernum tunnels and of the races within. Are you researching the tunnels for a reason? I hope one day to plumb his memory and find knowledge of a tunnel of the surface world. Then I can escape this hard pit. She looks at you slyly, and maybe take the captain with me. Which captain? She grins very good. Co's the captain here. If I left, I'd have to take him with. He's good to have around. Okay. So kind of, they've got there's kind of crushed situation going on there. I think by the looks of it. Well, it's past, so I think we will explore these guest quarters and leave it there. Found some silver coins in the webs there. I mean, you thought there was something there, never mind. It's great. Some trash. Some healing herbs. We'll have those. We'll have the torches, because they're always useful. £10 of mushrooms. Okay. No wonder we're overweight with all the mushrooms we've been picking up. Either that or that was a lot of mushrooms. A first aid kit. Okay. With the mushrooms then. Because the first aid kit comes in handy if there we go. The mushrooms on the floor. The door is locked. Lord, no lock can hold me apart from the good ones. Take away. See. Do nothing there. Dress and natural sandals. They'll come in handy. And some papyrus. Yeah, we'll have some papyrus. That's fine. Two papyrus. Papyrus. Okay, so we've explored this area. There's a little bit going on. Might wander over here. Talk to. We met someone named Marion. She seemed quite fond of you. Saying this sets up a very impressive display. First he stutters, then he splutters, then he twitches a bit while turning red and struggling to talk. Finally, with great effort, he manages to say, "Oh, yes, and I of her." There we go. They're in love. So now all we've got to do is find where she is. She'll be back. Or not, I don't know. We'll find her. But yeah, it's not worth worrying about. We will head further into the lair next session. The lair of Motrox. I doubt I will be tackling the caves because I've tried doing them before and I'm sure you don't want to watch me die and reload numerous amounts of times. So, could always try looting them on the way back, I guess, once we've got some levels, but not entirely sure that's going to happen. So, until next time, this has been Devane playing Let's Play Heroes of Might and Magic. Or, should I say, Let's Play Avernum, not Heroes of Might and Magic. Darn. Me and my dyslexia. Let's play... This is Devane. This has been Devane doing Let's Play Avernum. And if you enjoy me waffle and mumble and fluff up lines, and be sure to like, subscribe, share and laugh. And until next time, goodbye.